Hey everyone, welcome back to RideWire. Today we've got something absolutely groundbreaking on our hands, the 2025 Yamaha M1 V4. This isn't just another incremental update. Yamaha is making a bold leap, swapping out the traditional inline-4 layout of the YZR M1 for full V4 architecture. In this video I'm going to walk you through the full story, what this bike means, the key features, performance aspects, design elements, pricing speculation, and of course, the unique selling points that make it stand out. Strap in, this is going to be a wild ride. To really appreciate what Yamaha is attempting here, you have to look at where they came from. For years, the M1 was defined by its inline-4 with a crossplane crankshaft, a layout that gave it brilliant handling, great mid-range, and a character all its own. But rivals like Honda, Ducati, and Aprilia have long been reaping the benefits of V4 power plants, with advantages in packaging, power delivery, and aerodynamics. So in 2025, Yamaha has rolled out the M1 V4, a bold step away from their heritage. It's a gamble, no doubt, but one they felt was necessary to stay competitive. Early tests show it still has a way to go before it can match or beat the current M1, but this bike is a promise machine, not just a finished product. The heart of the new M1 is, of course, its liquid-cooled V4 engine, purpose-built for MotoGP. Unlike the old inline-4, the V4 configuration gives Yamaha more freedom in intake pathing, exhaust routing, and overall packaging. It's paired with a 6-speed cassette gearbox, a dry multi-plate slipper clutch, and the full suite of electronic wizardry: traction control, wheelie control, launch control, AMU-based data management, and everything else that defines modern MotoGP machinery. This is not a small tweak, it's a ground-up redesign meant to make the bike narrower, sharper, and more flexible. The chassis has also been rethought from scratch. You can't just drop a V4 into an inline-4 frame. Yamaha has had to redesign the frame geometry, swing arm, and balance points to make the bike responsive and predictable. Suspension is handled by the usual top-tier A-Lens setup, fully adjustable front and rear, and braking is entrusted to Brembo carbon discs and elite calipers. Aerodynamics are a massive factor now in MotoGP, and the narrower V4 layout allows Yamaha to carve sleeker fairings and integrate more advanced winglets and ducts to manage airflow. The central theme is compactness, agility, and aerodynamic efficiency. Performance-wise, early testing has been a mixed bag. Some reports suggest the M1 V4 is a couple of seconds per lap slower than the inline-4 bike, but that's normal for a first iteration of a completely new platform. The potential is there. The V4 layout promises stronger mid-range torque, cleaner acceleration out of corners, and the ability to carry speed more confidently when the electronics and geometry are fully dialed in. On straights, it may take time to unlock the top-end power Yamaha needs to match Ducati, but the long-term benefits could outweigh the early struggles. It's worth remembering, this is a development project with an eye on the future, not just next weekend's race. On the design front, the new M1 looks as radical as it sounds. The slimmer engine layout has enabled tighter, sharper bodywork, revised intakes, and more aggressive winglet designs. The exhaust routing is more compact, giving the tail section a clean, purposeful look. The whole bike has a meaner stance while still carrying Yamaha's signature factory livery in blue, black, and white. It feels like a proper revolution, recognizably an M1, but bolder and more aggressive, with the V4 identity subtly stamped across its silhouette. As for price, here's the reality. This isn't a consumer product. The 2025 M1 V4 is a pure MotoGP prototype, so you can't stroll into a dealership and buy one. The cost of this bike is measured in millions, funded by Yamaha's racing budget. That said, if Yamaha ever spun out a road-legal version, even in limited numbers, you'd be looking at a price well north of $100,000, probably closer to superbike exotic levels. For now, though, it's a laboratory on wheels, a test bed for ideas that may eventually trickle down to the street. The unique selling points of the M1 V4 are clear. It represents a radical architecture shift, giving Yamaha a chance to catch up in the V4 arms race. The narrower engine unlocks packaging and aerodynamic advantages, while the performance upside lies in torque delivery and overall flexibility. It's also a huge signal of intent from Yamaha, a message to fans and rivals alike that they aren't content to keep playing catch-up. At the same time, the risks are just as real. Early results show it's slower, and development challenges with reliability, cooling, and handling are no small hurdles. Some fans may also mourn the loss of the inline-4 identity that defined the M1 for so long. So where does that leave us? The 2025 Yamaha M1 V4 is a bold bet on the future. It may not dominate right out of the gate, but its potential is enormous. If Yamaha's engineers can unlock that potential, this bike could redefine the racing identity and even inspire the next generation of road-going superbikes. It's exciting, it's risky, and it's exactly the kind of innovation MotoGP thrives on. If you're a fan of the sport, you'll want to keep a close eye on this project. Yamaha stepping into the V4 arena is one of the biggest moves in years, and the story is only just beginning. That's all for today's deep dive. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss future updates on the M1 V4 and everything else happening in the world of two wheels. Until next time, ride safe, ride fast, and keep those wheels pointing forward.